Hey friends, this is the MrsVolfie from our half acre homestead, and yes, it's a tea break. I'm happy to say I'm over the midwinter blues. There's like I said in my last tea break, there's a lot of stuff going on, but it doesn't change the fact that 2018, now that I'm over my midwinter blues, 2018 is going to be a really exciting year for us, I hope. We have the land deal coming up. We have our 25th wedding anniversary pig roast coming up. You know that's going to be a video. And I would love to invite everybody, but I don't have 1,000 acres. I don't even have 1 acre yet. I am going to soon, though. The land deal is going to be coming to a close very soon, we hope. And, oh, want to catch you up on some stuff. Do you remember in October when I went to my nephew Andrew and his now wife? We went to their wedding on the Canadian Thanksgiving weekend. Excuse me. Just because I'm perky doesn't mean I'm not in pain. And I just rode home from Ottawa in a Hyundai accent. I'm in pain. Anyway, we went to their wedding and I had my camcorder with me and I had filmed a huge portion of the wedding. The ceremony, the first dance, the groom singing to the bride, all this wonderful stuff. And I didn't do anything with it because I wanted to give myself some time to, relax and get doing other things I had to do in the fall. And I wanted to really spend some quality time working on this video because I wanted to make them a copy of what I saw as their wedding and give it to them at our 25th wedding anniversary pig roast this year. But guess where all the raw footage is for the wedding? It's on that external hard drive that died. And the problem with that is, ow, ow, ow. The problem with that is, excuse me, folks, I have to shift. Ow. The problem with that is it crashed. And I actually considered throwing it away because I thought, yeah, there's like 3 years worth of raw footage and work and videos on there and pictures. But is it worth $300 or whatever it was Best Buy wanted to charge me to retrieve the data? So I almost threw it out. But I thought, no, I'll sleep on it. Well, I completely forgot about the wedding footage. Completely forgot about it. Until my new niece, Jackie, texted me and said, hey, Aunt Bev, these are the ones I made the quilt for. By the way, they're just, she says she finds something new to love about it every day. Isn't that a lovely thing to say? Anyway, she texted me and said, I was going through the wedding photos and I noticed you taking video. Do you still have the footage? And I said, oh, I got tons of footage. I said, I got your first dance. I got Andrew singing to you. I got the ceremony. I got a lot. And she said, awesome. I said, there's only one problem. And I told her about the external hard drive. And she's like, I said, yeah, I almost threw it away. And she said, no, 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 no. I got some really nerdy friends who can probably fix it. Just send it to me and I'll get it. And so I said, great, because I wanted to make them that video. I wanted to make them a video of like how I saw their wedding, which was one of the most beautiful weddings I've ever been to. I mean, seriously, it wasn't hugely expensive, but it was classy just the same, real napkins, real flowers, real candles, real forks and knives, real tablecloth, that kind of wedding, right? So anyway, she just said, yeah. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to package it up and I'm going to mail it to her. And she said, I said, I don't want you to look at the footage because I asked her, I said, what happened to, because I thought everybody was filming at that wedding because there was drones with cameras, there was big lensed cameras, everything. And I thought, well, I'll just make them an anniversary video, right? For their anniversary. Come to find out, they didn't have a videographer at all at the wedding. So we're really, really hoping that this external hard drive can be fixed. And I don't want her to see the footage. So she said they'll get it fixed and mail it back to me. It's like, yay, I'm going to have all this fun stuff editing that video. So there's that. I had to order a new camcorder. My Canon Vixia works. Do you remember how he left one out in the rain? And then I had to get a new one. And now it's not receiving the SD cards at all. It's not reading them. Everything on it works, except I can't record with it because it's not recognized. It says SDC end is what it says. So I had to order a new one, but I am going to put this one into a shop and get it fixed. If it can be fixed, I want it fixed because guess what? Bev needs a backup camera. I'm filming right now with this. And many of you may not recognize this, but this is the camera that I started my YouTube channel with. This little thing that I used to pause while I was filming so that I could, you know, not have to edit because I didn't know how. This is what I'm using. Now, thankfully, I've got decent settings on it, but nothing like my camcorder. So I've had to order a new one. And it's orange. But it has some Howie-proof measures. And one is it's waterproof up to 16 feet, shock resistant to a drop of 5 feet, and freeze resistant to a temperature of 14 degrees Fahrenheit. I'm figuring that's a pretty good investment the way I've gone through cameras. I actually was going to send this to somebody last year who didn't have a video camera. And I thought, well, this did me, right? But I couldn't find it for love nor money. Nancy cleaned my office. Nancy cleaned my office. And here it was with the battery and the charger and all that. And it's like, okay, I have a camera, but it's not the quality I need, but it will do. Which leads me to another exciting part of upcoming 2013. Oh, and by the way, one of the fastest reasons I got over, or one of the reasons I got over my midwinter blahs so fast is I took vitamin D 3 drops. I take a lot of vitamin D 3 drops in February. February is guaranteed midwinter blues for mama. This is SAD, seasonal affective disorder. So I always keep vitamin D3 drops just for February, the shortest time of year the most time where I'm not out in the sun a lot. And that's another reason I'm perky. It's sunny today and I got outside today. But the new exciting piece of news is Papa and I are going to look at a motor coach tomorrow. My dogs are playing, but it sounds like World Wrestling Federation out there, snarls and everything. Anyway, as you know, we've been talking about this for a couple of weeks, but what you guys don't know is that we've been talking about this since we sold our park model in Arizona in 2012. Now, the money from that went on a trip to Egypt because we had to have that one vacation. You know, that one vacation where we're just going to make the biggest impact. So we went to Egypt. Because Papa, what you may not know about Papa is he's a period mummies and tombs kind of guy. He is. Anyway, then we bought that little camper that we used to take into the camp in the ZEC. And where you saw me wash Howie's hair with flowers and all that fun stuff, and where I cooked bread over an open fire. But that trailer was too small and too heavy to pull around, right? And it wasn't big enough. It wasn't big enough. I mean, it was fine for a weekend, but let's face it, you know, Mama's getting old, and mama's physical chronic pain issues aren't going to go away. They're only going to get worse. So, not to mention that the trip to Florida would have probably been a lot more comfortable for everybody if we'd had, a bedroom to go to, right? So this motor coach, what is it, dear, that we're going to look at? We're just going to look at it. It's a 2009 Forest River Georgetown, I believe. And I love it. It may be a 2000. Now this is what some people don't know about RVs. Like well, you saw, we went to the RV show and they were like $320,000 for a motor coach. But this one has one slide out, and it's just the living room, dining room slides out. And the bedroom's kind of puny, but Papa has a way of fixing it so I won't be claustrophobic. And let's face it, there's physical needs I have for bathroom space and bedroom space and cooking space because of my size. We're not sugarcoating the issue. I have a big, beautiful apple butt. Okay? I mean, I'm surprised somebody hasn't come along and painted a great big chihuahua head on my butt. But, so the older models are the ones, when you buy a new one, the moment you drive it off the lot, it's like a car. It starts to depreciate in value. After a year, it goes down by, I think, 30%. After 2 years, the price is less than half of what you paid for it. So, but if you buy a really old model, they won't finance them because they're too old, right? Unless you're going to pay in 6 months to 2 years, they won't finance anything over 20 years old. So you're kind of getting the best of both worlds when you buy one that's older, but that's been well kept, but is not brand new, because this one being 9 years old, but really well kept, is financeable for us. So, I mean, I don't want to have to spend, $1,000 to spend a week in a motel when I could put $1,000 in the gas tank of a motor coach and go wherever I want. And if the weather gets bad, you go away from it. You move away from it. Anyway, so there's that. And if we get a motor coach, that brings out a whole new set of possibilities for videos. Because the first thing I thought of when Howie said we're going to look at a motor coach tomorrow, because, Papa's a really wonderful guy. He really is. But when he says we're going to look at a motor coach, we're going to look to possibly buy a motor coach. Just saying. Because every trailer, like whether it was a park model or a puller, Papa. So for us, this is the best of both worlds. We can travel with it. If we take care of it, it will. That sounds spooky. What are you watching? I think we've seen it. It's called Dark Skies. Yes, we have. Sorry. So, I mean, this is the best of both worlds. People are like, oh, you're going to hate it. And I've had other people say, you know what? My aunt and uncle bought an older model and they've had it for 20 years because you look after it, right? So if you look after it, and if we can't afford to put $1,000 of, budget $1,000 worth of gas, well, heck, we'll just pop out the side, pull down the awning, light a fire in the yard, and go camping in the driveway. There's, and you know how, the first thing I thought of when Howie said we're going to look at a motor coach was, we can go to New Brunswick in the fall to go moose hunting with Ashley and Jeremy. You see, here, you need so many people on a tag to get a moose, and there's only 2 of Howie and I, we don't know that many people who moose hunt or that we want to moose hunt with. But we do now. Isn't that awesome? So it's going to be a great year. It's going to be a great year. It's just been a really crappy winter so far, but it's getting better. It's getting better all the time. So today is I don't know if I mentioned it earlier, today is my son's Arthur's 30th birthday. Yes, 31 years ago today, I was holding a brand new baby in my arms. And I looked up at the nurse and I said, wow, do you know what? And she said, yeah, honey, you're a mother. And I said, no, someday I'm going to be a grandmother. True story. This is the Mrs. Volfie from our half acre homestead saying, thank you for being patient. I'm still not going to be putting up a video every day, but now I'm getting more ideas and spring is around the corner. There's a lot of exciting stuff coming up. Okay? Take care. God bless.